When you're running a modern security operation, some of the biggest risks aren't the obvious ones. They're hidden in the gaps, those moments where you can't really account for your team. It's a constant fight for control, for accountability, and let's be honest, for efficiency. So today, we're going to dig into how a platform called Sentry is using some pretty smart tech to close those gaps for good.
So let me just start with a simple question. A question that probably keeps a lot of security managers up at night. Right now, this very second, can you say with 100% certainty that every single post is covered? That every guard is exactly where they're supposed to be?
See, the real problem here, it's not just about drawing up a schedule. Anyone can do that. It's about executing that schedule perfectly, every single time. It's about ensuring total accountability and peak efficiency, no matter what site it is or what shift it is.
And the daily struggle, it is absolutely real. You're trying to make sure you don't have ghost employees on the payroll, you're buried under a mountain of manual paperwork, and you're constantly trying to bridge these communication gaps between your control room and your people out in the field. It's just a constant uphill battle.
Okay, so where do we even start? Well, the first, most critical piece of this whole puzzle is just solving that one core problem, knowing with absolute certainty that your people are on site and on duty.
So, how do you actually do that? How do you move from just assuming everyone's in place to having verifiable proof? Well, the solution starts by turning the one thing every guard already has, their smartphone, into a tool for absolute certainty.
A huge piece of this puzzle is a technology called geofencing, and it's actually pretty simple. Just think of it like drawing an invisible digital fence around your entire site. It creates this virtual perimeter, and a guard's phone has to be inside that fence for the system to even let them clock in. And here's where it gets really clever, because Sentry is super flexible with this. For your sites that have good GPS, that geofence is king. A guard can't clock in from the parking lot or down the street. The app just won't let them. But what about places with no signal, like a basement or a remote area? No problem. They just tap a unique NFC card that's kept on site, which gives you that exact same concrete proof of presence. And the actual process for the guard, it could not be simpler. They just go to a unique URL for that specific site, they authenticate who they are, and boom, instantly their clock-in is verified and their timesheet starts. It's totally secure, it's seamless, and it just removes any and all doubt. And that authentication step? Also super flexible. They can use an AI-powered facial scan for a really secure, touch-free clock-in. They can tap a personal NFC tag, or they can go with a classic employee number and password. The bottom line is, you've got options to fit whatever your operational needs are. Okay, check. We verified your guards are on site. That takes care of the uncertainty. But honestly, that's just the beginning. Now let's get into the really cool stuff, how a platform like this helps you optimize everything that happens during the shift. Because this is where Sentry stops being just a time clock and becomes your operational command center, with a whole suite of tools for managing things live, right there on the ground. It all starts with smart scheduling. This isn't just a basic calendar. We're talking about easily managing really complex shift patterns and even setting up standby rosters so you know you always have the right coverage without all the usual headaches. Then you get live monitoring. This is basically your eye in the sky. You can see real-time stats for every site, you get instant alerts if a site is understaffed, and you can immediately spot if someone is about to go into unplanned overtime. And you can forget about those messy, handwritten logbooks. The digital occurrence book completely modernizes how you report incidents. Guards can log events the second they happen, upload photos or videos right from their phone, and you can track the status of any issue in real time. And of course, in security, communication is everything. One missed message can be a disaster. So a dedicated real-time site chat connects the guards directly with the control room for any critical updates or instant notifications. It just completely eliminates crossed wires. Now, you might think this is all about top-down control, but it's actually the opposite. It's about empowering your guards. Through that same site portal, they can see their own timesheets, check their upcoming schedules, and even manage their own leave requests. That kind of transparency builds trust and gives you much cleaner, more accurate data. And all that clean, accurate data we just talked about, that's the fuel for solving the other huge headache in this business, all the administrative work that goes on behind the scenes. This is how you get your time back. I mean, seriously, think about it. We're talking about a fundamental shift here, from spending hours and hours every single week on paperwork, down to a process that literally takes just a few clicks. So how does that actually work in the real world? Well, think about it. Those verified timesheets we talked about, they automatically flow into generating invoices and statements. Leave requests are managed from start to finish right inside the system. And you can schedule critical reports like your occurrence logs to be automatically generated and emailed to you. It's all about letting the system do the heavy lifting for you. Okay, let's zoom out for a second and pull all of these pieces together. Because the real magic here isn't in any single feature. It's in how they all work together as one single connected platform. Just imagine for a second, no more juggling different systems for time tracking, for field operations, for back office admin. Instead, it's all in one place, all talking to each other in real time to give you one single source of truth for your entire operation. And this isn't some static tool. It's built to grow with your business. With things like webhook integrations, you can connect Sentry to other tools you already use, like Slack. So a critical incident report from a guard could automatically ping a notification in your management channel. It also has advanced stuff like QR code visitor management and role-based access control to make sure the right people see exactly the right information and nothing more. So when you boil it all down, what's the point? It's really simple. It's about taking the manual, stressful chaos of traditional security management and turning it into the automated clarity and total control that modern technology makes possible. Which really just leaves one last question, and it's for you to think about. When you look at how you're running things right now, the paperwork, the uncertainty, the communication gaps, is your security operation truly built to handle the challenges of today? And more importantly, is it ready for the future?